So I've yet to watch Season 2 of Fallout. From what I know, the writers absolutely butchered the continuity of New Vegas. You've got people absolutely bitching and moaning about this. I'm just thinking, what were you expecting? Every writer Bethesda has hired since Emil Pagliarulo are hacks, and you expected them to treat Fallout's continuity with respect. You really expected something good to come out of a publicly traded company? In 2026, the year of our Lord. You know, it's whatever for me. I can't even really bother to be angry about Season 2. I bet it'll still be fun to watch with the family, but there is one thing. One tiny little thing that's occupied my mind for the longest time that really shouldn't bother me that much, but it does. Why the fuck is Dinky the Dinosaur facing towards the motel? Like, forget the fact that the Great Khans now reside in Novak. Forget the outdoor pool that wasn't there in New Vegas. Why is the giant thunder lizard people live inside facing towards the motel? And the thing that gets me fucked up as well is, like, people are defending this. Do I really need to explain why the gigantic pre-war tourist trap should be facing away from the motel? You know what? Fine. Fine, I will explain.
Either I rant to you for the next 10 minutes to satisfy the goblin in my brain, or he's gonna tell me to do something far worse.
So, Dinky the Dinosaur, both pre-war and post-war, is facing towards the highway leading to Vegas. Pre-war, it acts as a tourist attraction to generate business for the motel that it's connected to. There's a little souvenir shop inside.
Darn it, no one ever buys the T-Rexes.
And you can even go up into the mouth, which gives you a perfect view of the highway and the road leading to Cottonwood Cove, which is a detail I want you to keep in mind. A lot of people, both in the real world and likely pre-war as well, usually travel a long way from their home to visit Las Vegas, so they'd be taking breaks on the way to and back. What's better to grab someone's attention than a giant green dinosaur that's faced towards the highway? I could go into a bit more, like why Dinky is bright green. It lets him stick out from the desert scenery, especially since the human mind is coded to pick out shades of green. Short explanation, it's an evolutionary trait that's existed since the Stone Age. I can see myself making the drive to Vegas, seeing the T-Rex and deciding to investigate further. Maybe go into the souvenir shop, snap some photos from the T-Rex's mouth, and you know, it's starting to get dark out, maybe I should rent a room here and stay for the night. That's the point of the dinosaur, like I said, it's to generate business. Post-war, Dinky still attracts business, but it now serves an additional purpose too. Like I said, that mouth gives you a perfect view of the roads, which, while they are used by caravans now, are also used by raider gangs in the Legion, seeing as they turn Cottonwood Cove into a staging area for their raiding parties. It's even explained in-game that if the Legion were to come through the cove in full force, Novak would probably be the first place they hit. So it makes sense that the residents would use Dinky as a watchtower, or as a sniper's nest. Dinky is just fine right where he is. So why the Great Khans would rotate the dinosaur is beyond me. I don't think I really need to explain why moving a well over 1,000-pound statue of a dinosaur without the help of machinery would be a pain in the ass. Nigh impossible since half of Novak's residents are either elderly or past their prime. Which leaves the Great Khans, which, I say again, why? Why rotate the solid concrete dinosaur? What if the Legion or some other unsavory party decided to take Cottonwood Cove? What if they follow the road to Novak now that it's unguarded? They could just walk right in. I spoke about this with a friend a couple days ago, and he mentioned the best position to rotate it towards would be so that it faces directly perpendicular with the road leading to the cove, since the opposite end of that road leads to Repcon, which is feral ghoul central in New Vegas. Then again, it's kind of been established that feral ghouls tend to stick to one place and not really move. Doing that, you also have less coverage of the highway, and it's a good idea, especially since one of the intersections are used by the jackals, but I'd still say Dinky's just fine where he is. The only thing Dinky was useful for was helping Lucy cut Cooper free from that noose. Did they really just decide to turn him around for plot convenience? That's not going to be my final conclusion, but that is really what it feels like. If anyone could come up with another answer, I would really love to hear it, because I kinda don't have any other answer. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Have a good one. Actually, one more thing. Please don't dox artists and send them death threats over a TV show. Please?
I can hear your penis-tipped feet tromping around.